My name is Mark Fawes, a professional practice educator at Attribution Centre. First of all, you can thank Mark for Chambers, who is a transfusion practitioner, because he worked with us as a clinical simulation practitioner at the same time. And his idea was he's an experienced transfusion practitioner. There's lots of good learning resources out there from the UK Cell Salvage Action Group in terms of competencies, etc. Learning packages around cell salvage. It's a recommendation that people undertake. What he spotted a gap there really was, when we looked at our need, was that we've got experienced cell salvage training practitioners who hadn't limited opportunity to actually use simulation to enhance their skills and assessment of junior staff. So what we decided was to develop a training day and education day around this, which incorporated updates on cell salvage, and Malcolm is one of the lead practitioners in the UK on this subject. We developed some workshops around, first of all, their teaching practices, so body cell salvage, setting up the blood collection system, and then setting up the processing systems. We then also took them into a simulation where they had they were required to actually, and it's quite interesting because you have to be quite good at cell salvage to be bad at it, if that makes sense. So we then incorporate one of our experienced practitioners from the MEP department to simulate the role of a trainee who had asked to undertake their final assessment. Let's just say there were some curveballs in the simulation that the experienced cell salvage practitioner had to identify as their candidate, and then determine whether they were going to successfully assess them or not. Okay. More often than not, it went along the lines of that they weren't going to be deemed acceptable for practice at this moment in time. And then the other thing we incorporated into that is how they usually brief that candidate and say, at this moment in time, I can't pass you on your competencies, but in the future we'll do some more education and training. So that element, that simulation element, had two big components to it. Is first of all is how we supervise and assess people in clinical practice, and then also how we deliver that if it's not been successful, and then give them feedback on performance in the future, how we would get them to an acceptable level. So we basically had some modified the evaluation throughout the courses that we've run, and we've also modified the courses to suit the candidates that attended the course. And generally, we've had lots of changes. We've done a pre- and post-course questionnaire, and it's mainly been around perception of confidence and improvement in clinical practice. And we've seen that jump quite quickly, just over the course of one day. What we are doing now, we did our last course in June 2017, we're now doing a follow-up into clinical practice. So have they carried on and used these skills that are identified in the simulation programme in clinical practice, so we're waiting for feedback on them, and we will also do that. We agreed about 3 months, because that's generally where you can start to get deterioration of skills if you haven't so already, so it's a good time period to actually follow it up. So we're waiting for those to come back in, and then also what to identify is how they develop in practice. Generally, the feedback from the candidates was very positive, having the actual experience, have that hands-on practice in the clinical simulation, to support the previous education that we've done. Okay. We'd like to look at the evaluations a bit further and how we can take that. And one of the things we highlight is about, has this changed the use of it in clinical practice? So is it being used more? That's what we're going to try and find out in the future.
Do we have any questions?
We're going to start using the Excel salvage machine quite regularly.
Yeah.
Can you use pretend blood in the Excel salvage?
That's a very good question, and I can only vouch for the machine we use, which was the one from Fresenius Kelvin. And if you speak, I've said that right, because we did it as an industry partner. If you speak to the drug simulation technician team, they will be able to advise you on that. And yes, we can. You can actually. And that was one of our concerns, that with these devices, a lot of the time you have to use, they run on real blood. So we wanted to try and, obviously, for practice, we want to get repeated exposure to this. You can't keep using real blood. So there is, on that machine, there is a way of modifying it to actually use fake blood. I'll just add on the concern of that, because the concern is obviously we are modifying that set, we can't get into clinical practice, there's going to be a clear differentiation between the two. This is simulation. And they normally use sets for clinical practice. So hopefully that I would say that's a real safety.
So you mean that machine is only for simulation purposes?
We use that one just in our simulation centre, yeah. So that one doesn't go out into clinical practice. But the sets, as I say, you can modify them to take fake notes. So it does process and collect things.
Sorry.
Speak to the technicians. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much.
Right.